What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Andrew Moloney versus Junto Nakatani, and this was a 12-rounder for the vacant WBO super-flyweight World Championship. And this fight was Saturday, May 20th from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. And this fight was broadcasted on ESPN. And in this fight, Junto Nakatani brutally knocked out Andrew Moloney in the 12th and final round to become the newly crowned WBO World Champ. So leading up to the stoppage, I had this bout scored 109 to 98 in favor of Junto Nakatani. I thought he was pretty much dictating the pace of this fight, and he scored multiple knockdowns and got a brutal finish in the end. And I would imagine that if you guys did watch this fight, you'd have a similar scorecard of what I had, with Moloney winning like one round, which I had, or maybe 2 rounds. So just to break this fight down round by round, the first like 5 rounds, I gave them all to Junto Nakatani. I mean, he was just landing big uppercuts, and the uppercuts were a factor for his game. I mean, Moloney would go in there, try and throw some shots, try and press forward, but just wasn't that effective. And Nakatani was just eating his shots like nothing, and he would just step back and fire off a few uppercuts, left hands on Moloney, and just dominate him and smash his face up. And he was landing a predominantly good amount of his power shots as well, Nakatani, especially in this first 5 rounds. And in the second round, actually, Moloney was dropped. Nakatani landed 2 uppercuts while he was coming forward that shook him up, and then a follow-up big right uppercut that sent him down to the canvas. But then in the 6th round, this was the first and only round I did give to Andrew Moloney. Moloney started to come forward, was landing with nice power, pressing forward, and Nakatani didn't do that much. But then the 7th round was a very, very fun round, and I think this round could have went either way. Definitely one of the other rounds you could have given to Moloney, but I gave it to Nakatani. Both of them were just going at it in the center of the ring like rock'em sock'em robots, firing shots at each other. But I thought that Nakatani was a bit more effective. And then after the 7th, from like rounds 8 through 10 and even 11, I mean, Nakatani was just getting right back at it, just simply doing the better work, not really trying too hard, just boxing smart, landing counters, dominating Moloney. Moloney, he just couldn't do anything. I mean, he can do anything. Nakatani was just too skilled, too powerful, too conditioned for him. And then in the 11th round, Moloney got dropped again. A massive left hand sat Moloney down on the canvas. And Moloney's actually one of the fighters that I think is, I do like to watch him fight. He seems like a very good guy, very good family guy as well. I do have him followed on Instagram. He's always posting about his fights, always posting about his family. He does seem like a good guy. So it was kind of sad seeing in the 12th round how the fight did end. It did end brutally. Moloney did get caught with a massive left hand from Nakatani when he was sort of coming in that set him flat on his back on the canvas, blood like pouring from his eyes too. It was a pretty bad sight to see, but that's boxing. I mean, it's literally one of the hardest sports in the world, one of the most brutal sports in the world, obviously with MMA up there as well. So, I mean, yeah, Junto Nakatani is the new world champion. I believe his record is now 25-0, maybe 20 knockouts. I might be incorrect on that a little bit, but he's still undefeated. Still, now I believe he's a two-weight world champ as well. He's sort of fitting into this weight, I believe, so much better than at his prior weight. I feel like this weight will suit him much better with his power. I believe he'll be better conditioned for his fights, and he's, even though he's moving up in weight technically, I still think he's just a pretty big fighter for 115 pounds. Pretty tall. He looked much, much bigger than Moloney did. But yeah, this goes into the question, what is next for Junto Nakatani? Now the undefeated world champion. I mean, really, what's next for him? I don't really think he's going to unify or face anyone too crazy in his first title defense. I mean, maybe he does, but I think he'll face someone that he should be able to defend against pretty solidly, like someone who's ranked in the WBO, maybe top 10 or just inside it, somewhere around there, maybe top 5 in the WBO. He'll defend his title there, and then I think from there on out, he'll continue moving on and facing better names and really making a name for himself, possibly as a unified champ at 115 pounds, because I think he definitely has the skills to compete with some of these top guys in that weight class, and that is a very, very competitive weight class as well. But as for Andrew Moloney, losing here for, I believe, I believe this might be his second loss of his career. If I'm, oh no, actually no. What am I saying? I was making a mistake for his brother, who did only lose to Inoue, and I believe Moloney or Andrew Moloney's record is I believe this is might be his third loss now. I'm pretty sure because he has the two losses to Joshua Franco. Now has this loss here to Nakatani. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yeah, I believe this is his third defeat here. This was a very, very tough defeat because he was going into this fight, I mean, a week after his brother won the world title against Vincent Astrolabio. That was a very solid win from his brother. But here he obviously faced a far tougher fighter, far better and more skilled fighter in Nakatani, but he got beat up in this fight. I mean, we have to be honest here. But for Moloney's next fight, I think he's definitely going to stay within the top 15, top 20 range. I don't think he's going to stray too far from the top sort of decent level of fighters. Like I don't think he's going to face a total nobody, total tomato can in his next fight. I think he'll face someone who's decently ranked, not that bad, that he'll get a solid win over. And for Moloney, I think he's always going to be a decent level top 15 to top 10 contender. So I think that he'll just continue on just fighting some of these guys on these top-ranked undercards and possibly getting another big opportunity in the next few years like this. So overall, Junto Nakatani brutally knocks out Andrew Moloney in the 12th and final round to become the new WBO super-flyweight champion of the world. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.